And we're live. Good evening, folks, fellow One Piece TCG players. Tonight I've got a bit of a different show. I'm going to be going over an opportunity that I think would be great for Gamestop. You may be familiar with Gamestop, the faded short squeeze of the 2021 COVID era. Yeah, and then after that I think we're going to get into some opening of some packs. I've got a new box of OP13 right here, ready to go, as well as a couple of packs, a couple of loose packs. So we're going to open some up and start the collection for that. We've been working through collecting. We've got a couple binders here that we're filling up with master sets. So yeah, without much further ado, let's get into it. So, GameStop has a $4.3 billion opportunity that's sitting right at its feet for the taking. To start off, we have to look at GameStop's. We have to look at the GameStop business, and we have to look at their store count, which is declining. This is bleeding. I mean, this is not good for a business. You don't want to have a declining store count, but it's also an asset, and GameStop, I think, has historically not done a great job of leveraging this asset. It's a unique asset for GameStop, this distribution, this retail presence, and in the age of software gaming, where you can just download your games, obviously GameStop has struggled to capitalize on this asset. In addition, thinking about revenue, GameStop, they have done great in terms of preserving cash, maintaining profitability, profiting through COVID, but their revenues are declining. I mean, it is still fundamentally a dying business. Some stuff it does have going for it, though. It has $8.7 billion in cash. That is an absolute mound of cash for GameStop. It has a store near you. Sorry, just pulling up my notes here. Yeah, I mean, you know, having stores across the U.S. is a big asset, and there's a lot of it has a lot of brand value. I would say that the brand is inextricably linked with the GameStop short squeeze, and therefore it is also inextricably linked with the 2021 pandemic collectibles bubble. So I think people have a strong association with everything that was going on in 2021 and GameStop. And obviously GameStop has been capitalizing on that. Their revenue, in their revenue composition, collectibles, all of their segments are shrinking, but collectibles is shrinking the least fast. In addition, I think GameStop is also, you know, it has a strong association with, let's just say, gambling. I mean, back during the pandemic when people were buying GME shares, you know, they're basically gambling. They're having a good time. They're enjoying the story of bleeding the shorts, but fundamentally it's a gambling exercise. And you know, that's a bit how trading cards are too. When you're opening these packs, you're kind of gambling. I mean, it's fun. I would say it's there's obviously more to it than just gambling. There's a card game and there's a collectible element, and collecting is fun and card games are fun. But there is this gambling component. And I think GameStop has this branding. So what I'm leading up to is that trading cards and GameStop are, you know, they're a good match. And GameStop has obviously already recognized this. They've started offering PSA grading services. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit, I would say it's, you know, it's not great. what they've done. I mean, you still have to mail in your card. So like well, let me talk a bit about PSA first. I mean, PSA is an incredible business. It's valued at $4.3 billion, and that's, or at least it was in 2022, and that's a very justified valuation. I think the revenues, they're not public anymore, so we can't see the revenues, but I would say it's probably pushing $1 billion a year now. Somewhere between $500 and $1 billion, $500 million and $1 billion a year. And this is a high margin business too. I mean, grading these cards, it's pretty much a fixed cost for them. But they're charging based on a percentage of the value, and the percentage of the value of the trading card market has gone up and up and up. So PSA is doing quite well on these grading services, and they have a virtual monopoly, as you can see by the 2023 numbers. But from a branding standpoint, I think PSA is known to be inconsistent, and also it's a slow process. You have to mail in your card. You don't really know what you're going to get. Can take a long time. But yeah, I mean, people end up mailing cards in multiple times, trying to get a better grade. There's known issues with PSA, even though it is the gold standard. Certainly, I mean, it's the one. And yeah, Gamestop has partnered with PSA. They're offering card grading services. If you didn't know that, you take your card into Gamestop and you put it in a card sleeve, and basically they just send it off to PSA for you. It's not really that much different than if you did it yourself. You've still got to wait for your card in the mail. Isn't it easier to just do this at home? I mean, and it offers no real price improvement or consistency improvement over just using PSA directly. And GameStop is not capturing a lot of value from this. It does generate some foot traffic, so that's good. But other than that, it's not a great partnership, really. So what I think GameStop should do instead, put the machine in the GameStop and offer a same-day grading service. So fundamentally, you need a machine that can do the card grading, and you want it to be able to work fast. You can bring in as many cards as you want. A relatively unskilled technician can put the card in the machine, get back a consistent result. They can put the card in the slab for you right there. You get it back the same day. This does a number of things for GameStop. First of all, just if you can pull this off, you can start eating market share from PSA. You can start getting a significant amount of cash from this. GameStop could start to see revenue growth again, even if they really turn this up. In addition, it's going to drive foot traffic into the stores. If you go in to get some cards graded, I mean, certainly you're going to be buying some packs as well, right? I mean, you're going to be in the store. It's going to be something that you need at GameStop, so it's going to generate some additional sales for them. Another thing is induced demand. If it's this easy to get your cards graded, you're probably going to bring more than you would otherwise. You might even be able to have the process where if you don't get a grade back that you think is good, you just avoid the slabbing, and maybe that's a cheaper process. Whereas before, if you send in your card, you get a bad grade, you might want to take it out of the slab. So GameStop could do this, and you could see a lot more cards getting graded, kind of like as a bit of a trial, to see what grade would this card get. But yeah, I think GameStop has the brand recognition to do something like this. And try to establish themselves as a big player in the grading services market. It's not without challenges, of course. I mean, getting machines like this to behave consistently across thousands of machines, because you're going to need to have thousands of these machines at locations all across the country. It's going to be a big challenge. And it will require some technical expertise, I'm sure it will require some degree of maintenance to keep these machines all functioning the same. And it's going to require some operational stuff as well. I mean, getting sort of a grading pipeline going, I'm sure you're going to need some human intervention for some of the lesser known cards. You know, when new card formats come out, you're going to need operations to deal with that. So it is not simple. It's not a simple operation, technically or operationally. Don't want to sugarcoat that. And you've got to train your store operators as well. So it's no cakewalk, but I think the best solution would simply be to acquire AGS. AGS is like perfectly built for this. They've built a small machine. You could, I don't know at what scale they're manufacturing them, but you know, they have some number of these things. They are ready to scale this up. And furthermore, I mean, I think AGS, in terms of getting a foothold in this market, it's a very competitive market, and PSA has a virtual monopoly. You've got lots of other big names like Beckett, and Tag is another one with automated grading. I think Tag, is doing some pretty interesting stuff, but it's not clear how modular their system is. It's not clear if you can pack that system up, scale it to 1,000 Gamestops, and just have it start working. I think the AGS system seems like it's a little better built for that. And I would say AGS's market position is weaker than Tag's, making it better for a full acquisition. Another option is something with revenue share, where I think you could place the burden on one of these companies like AGS or Tag to work out the solution, to build the machines. They take all the risk, and then the goal is the same day grading service, and you share in the revenue. And I think that could be a great model as well, with much less execution risk from GameStop standpoint. But you know, huge reward if they're able to pull it off. You can get some people coming back into those stores. You can stop the bleeding on the store loss. Yeah, your third option, I don't think is really, I wouldn't consider it feasible for a company like GameStop. I think it's just too technologically complicated to develop this in-house. I think it probably requires a lot of things that GameStop is not good at. I don't think GameStop has historically been the best company operationally or technically. I think cold start would be difficult. So yeah, I don't really consider it a real option, but you know, it's something to consider. Yeah, and that's my PSA is valued at 4.3 billion, and that's why I see this as a $4.3 billion opportunity for GameStop. Real quickly, we can just throw up the chart for GameStop. Yeah, so it's obviously, you know, since the short squeeze, it has piddled around at 20 bucks, which represents a valuation of about $10 billion. And so, you know, if you can add 4 billion of market cap to that, that's a big deal. That's a 50% gain in the stock. And I think, you know, it represents another revenue stream they can add. And I think they can expand it into collectibles, make that bigger. Collectibles are, you know, certainly big right now. I tend to think that they're growing. But yeah, it's a good opportunity. So yeah, if you enjoyed this little presentation, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. I'll be trying to do more streams like this more often, covering One Piece, opening packs, covering markets, general commentary on collectibles, markets, investing, that sort of thing. And then typically after that, I'll open some packs and we can just chat. that's kind of the format I'm thinking of for this live stream. So yeah, if you liked this, hit the like button. I'll leave a comment as well. That helps the engagement. And I just created an X account as well. I'll be notifying when I'm going to start streaming on X. So it's the same handle on X. It's linked in the description. So go check that out and give that a follow. And yeah, come tune in for the next stream. I'll open it up now, see if anybody's around. How we doing, Lucas? Any thoughts on the presentation? Questions? Lucas says, really good presentation and nice conclusions. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I think GameStop, it's pretty undervalued here, I would say. I mean, they're sitting on $8 billion in cash, and it's a $10 billion market cap company. I mean, it's a little bit nuts, actually. Where did I get this cash number? Was I wrong on that? Okay. Addendum, cash number way off. Not sure where I pulled that number from. It's unfortunate. I'm too lazy to go back and edit that, so somebody will have to leave a comment down below. Still, it's still quite a cash pile. I mean, if you subtract off the cash, it's very cheap. It's getting into deep value territory, I would say. Well, I don't know. It's not that high income, really. Anyways, let's get into opening some packs. That's what we're here for anyways, right? Just gonna pull up the overlay here. Yes, Lucas, I'm ready for your purchase. What'd you buy? You went to the store to negotiate with the owners. They gave you a price for the managers the first day, and today he took the Zoro OP06 manga in TCG Player, but we didn't know if it was from PRBO1 or OP9. But it didn't look up the Luffy manga. Why is the overlay not refreshing? He didn't look up the Luffy manga. So did you buy a Luffy manga or? So there was the Luffy manga OP09 for $9.50 and the Zoro for OP06 for $10.50. And he looked at the prices of the Zoro and he said to me, I don't care, I will sell you for the first price I gave you. You didn't want to risk if the Zoro was the OP06 one, so you bought the Luffy manga. Wow, big purchase. OP09 Luffy manga? Not sure what that one looks like. Oh man, that's a cool one. And you got it probably below market, it looks like. Seems like a good price. TCG Player has the most recent sale at 1800. So yeah, seems like you got a great price. Congrats. Are you happy with that? I'm having some issues with my overlay here. That's why I'm taking so long. Chatting about it with Claude. There we go. All right, our overlay is back. Then I said, you give me a discount for an OP09 box, and in total it was $11.70 for the manga and the sealed booster box. Nice, congrats. I assume you're just gonna keep the box sealed, huh? And we're very happy with it. Also said the first price you gave today, if you don't buy, it will graded them. Oh, if you don't buy it, they're gonna grade it. So you have to buy it today. Yeah, that's cool. Makes sense. Sounds like you got a great deal. You're not gonna believe. Guess how much I got this for. How much do you think I got that for? It was not. It is unsealed, but I trust it. Yeah, that's basically right. I think it was like 120. I just got it. I got it from just like a regular Bondi store. There's one near me, so I was able to get it retail. All right, here we go. We got 3 loose packs. Could be anything. And we're starting OP13, starting off the set. All right, we got Curiel. Some big cards in that set in OP13. Yeah, man, of course there's big cards. This is like, OP13 is massive. We got Beepo. Okay, I'm gonna need your help. Can you hear this? Can you hear the sound effect when I do this? Can you hear this sound effect? You hear it? You do? Perfect. We got Fosa. It's a really nice detail for the stream. Thank you. I thought so too. I have different sounds if the card is more expensive, so hopefully we'll get a good one. That's cool though. So you got a big card now. You're officially a collector. You're not just a sealed guy. You're also, I should move this way. You're also on the inflationary side. It's a nice looking card. Portgas de Rouge. It has a trigger. Up to one of your Portgas de Ace cards gains plus 3,000 power during this turn. Interesting. Not a very useful card if that's all it can do is trigger. You really got to get that into your life cards. Got Douglas Bullet. You got your eye on any other cards? So if you're joining the stream for the first time, we're collecting complete sets. We got to catch them all. This one already has a sleeve in it. Let's eject that. Yeah, we're going complete sets. And so it's pretty slow at the beginning because we're sleeving everything. But yeah, as we get closer to the end, it starts to speed up as we have more and more of the set. We just kind of sort the commons and uncommons and rares and look for the good stuff. But it's a process, and we just hang out here and chat. Sometimes we bring AI on. Grok will make an appearance. But I need a better Grok prompt. Your ChatGPT prompt. If you have a good prompt for an on-stream assistant AI, the voice AI, then please leave that in the comments. That would be super helpful. You could try it out next stream. Yes, Lucas, you're officially a collector. Welcome. How can you send a photo next? I assume my DMs are open. Let me check. There's a chat. If you go to chat, I think maybe you can. Can probably initiate a chat there. Yeah, let me know if you can't initiate a chat. I'll see if there's some setting I need to tweak. Emu. That's an interesting card. That's just a question mark there. It has no type. I suppose that means you can be any type. Seems like potentially a powerful card. All right, let's see what our poll is. Lilith. If you know who Lilith is and you're in the stream, drop a comment, drop a chat. Just started watching One Piece again. Last night I got through the first 3 episodes. It's pretty good, I like it. It has good vibes, friendly vibes. I think I'll try to stick with it. I bet Lilith is worth like 50 cents. Interesting. I don't have a value for Lilith. All right, new pack. Let's go. Better luck this time. Last pack was uneventful. Fosa. You already got this guy? What are the odds of a duplicate in the second pack? Sounds good, Lucas. I'll note that. Amatsuki Toki. More cool art. We have York, an egghead, and a scientist. Wow. A duplicate again? How is that even possible? Wow. I'm shocked by that. That never happens. Nobody's gonna have master sets better than ours. It's the freshest master set ever. Entirely overprotected. I'm double sleeving. I'm top loading all the commons, every single card. Pulling every single one myself. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Shaka. Kind of looks like one of the, well, not really. Kind of looks like one of the Daft Punk guys. Ezo. Type in the chat if you think you know what my username is a reference to. That's a little better, eh? You think I said it in another stream? Maybe I did. It's not astrology. Ptolemy was, to be honest, I don't know that much about him, but when Alexander the Great went around conquering people, he would leave these libraries. Had the presence of mind at that time to create libraries. And he created many Alexandrias, but in one of his Alexandrias, he left in charge of the library an emperor named Ptolemy. I think he was Ptolemy II. Then there was a line of Ptolemies that ruled over sort of Egypt, I guess, but over the city Alexandria, and they kept the library. And that relates very loosely to trading cards, where I'm trying to build a library of them and keep it for a very long time. So it's a pretty loose metaphor. Huh, no value on that card. It's a cool card too. It's unusual. Wonder if something's screwed up with my script. Every day you learn something new, yeah. I would like to know more about Alexander the Great. And more about the library at Alexandria. I know it was eventually lost. I think it maybe burned. Sad. Man, got some weak ass rares for that. From that. I'm gonna go grab some more sleeves. So Lucas, if that Luffy manga you just bought, if it doubled in value, would you just sell it? If tomorrow the same guy was like, hey, actually I'll pay you 2,000 for that, would you sell it? Don't think so. You love this card too much. Nice. Oh, I need to follow you? Yeah, sure. Yeah, just followed you. Didn't realize I needed to do that. Inuarashi. Sent it. Let's see. Nice. You got it in this magnetic case. That's pretty sweet. This is Lucas's card. Looks sick, man. All right, still not even a super rare. Getting wrecked here. Did I get scammed with the loose packs? What's going on? Look up 4 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal one up to 1 of the type of Alabasta or Straw Hat Crew with the cost of 2 or more, and add it to your hand. and place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. All right. We went over 3, which means that this one has to be a hit. That's the rules. That is a duplicate. Need music change. This music's killing me. I think I see something peeking. There may be a cool card at the end of this stack. We may have been indeed blessed with our 1 out of 4 hit. It's funny how these sleeves and the top loaders are like 10xing the value of these cards. Saint Jalmach. Just a trooper. All right, moment of truth. Do we just have a regular SR or do we have an alt art? Regular SR. Unfortunate. So close. That is so weak. All right, so far we are drawing dead. All right, we're done with the loose packs. Those loose packs were rigged. They weighed them. Nah, I'm just kidding, I don't know. Moment of truth. Maybe the stream is very delayed. I'm getting wrecked here in terms of duplicates. What is going on? Is this like an identical pack or? There we go. Yeah, I wonder what I can do about the latency on the stream. Not sure if there's anything I can. Lord of the Coast. I've met this character. Appears in episode 4? Or maybe it was 3. All right, we got our first leader. Sabo. It's good. I think maybe my message was delayed, but it's not delayed. Okay, that's good. Oh, nice. We got Boa. Still have yet to meet that character in the anime. Once again, we whiff on this pack. Low hit rate. Yeah, you think I should update the title? That's a good call. Done. See if we can snag a new sub. That would be cool. Need to keep that subscriber growth going. Figure out what to develop this channel into. Collectors are buying all the boas. She seems cool. She seems like a very, she seems very dominant. Seems like a dominant older lady. Which I guess some folks might be into. Gooners collect? Yeah, that's true. For sure a Gooner card. It's gotta be. I don't know what she's like in the show though. Haven't gotten there. I've already got this one right. Really cool character, very important to the story. When does she happen? Because I'm only on the first 3 episodes of like hundreds. Well, if you ask me, I do it. I'm not gonna lie. Saying you do boa. We got our boa out here. Represent the boa fans. Yeah, I think, I don't know if I read your message wrong or if your grammar was wrong, but I think I got what you were saying. And I don't blame you. Man, where's that Red Luffy manga? I know it's in this box. I know it's in here. This card has some cool variants, which we did not get. Man, you're dry. Running so dry. But I think it all turns around this pack. This is where it all turns around. Yeah, I do have a, there is a Bandai? There is a Bandai store nearby. I was looking at Bandai stock earlier. Would you be interested if I did a little prezo on Bandai stock? I was thinking it could be an interesting buy. Beppo. Empty throne. Yeah, it seems like honestly seems like an interesting company, and it's not crazy valued or anything. I think I'll probably buy some. You know, it's like one way to capitalize is to try and buy the try to buy the boxes of the card game. You can go out, you can try and buy sealed product, or you can just buy the source. You can just buy Bondi. I'll do a video on Bondi, looking at the company, try to break it down a bit. But yeah, I mean, you can run to Walmart, to the children's toys section, try to scoop as many of a box of product off the shelf as you can, and then hold it. Or you can just own Bondi, buy the source. They literally have a printing press. There are a lot more animes that can make cards, like Demon Slayer. Is that a Bondi franchise? Yeah, Bondi they have a bunch of different deals. They have like Gundam. They have a ton of stuff. I don't know most of it, but it's not just One Piece. But I think One Piece is not even their biggest franchise. All right, we got our first alt art. Or sorry, no, it's just a secret rare. Okay, let's see. There seem to be, ooh. There's a lot of variants of this one. All right, are you ready? Are you ready for the sound effect? We got a Porkas D Ace secret rare, but it's an alt art. Pretty sweet. New sound effect. Yeah, it's got a nice texture to it. I like it. It's a good, cool card. You like the sound? Yeah, me too. I feel like it's perfect. I need something where I need to be able to make the sound again. I just want to keep hearing it. But it only works the first time I get the card. Cool. I probably need to get to sleep. All right, I think I'm gonna end on that one because I gotta get to sleep. I gotta work tomorrow. But yeah, we got this Portgas D Ace. Pretty cool card. Pretty happy with that. Not a bad pull. And of course, Boa Hancock for the Gooners. Gotta keep the Gooners happy. But yeah, Lucas, you're a big spender, man. Dropping 1,000 on these on a card. It's a pretty big outlay. You did get a good deal though, so. You don't think you'll start collecting OP? Yeah. Hear that? Yeah, these trading card games are pretty expensive, huh? I kind of think it's all in a bubble, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, like, let's take a look. Oops. Let's look at yeah, it'd be nice to see. Wow, just insane volume and holy crap. People really went insane during COVID, post-COVID. But yeah, I don't know if we find what are the indexes? I mean, if we look at this index, Like, I mean, this is it's very off trend, I would say. Well, it's like a doubling in 5 years. I don't know. It seems above trend. Certainly, this was some insanity, and it feels like we're kind of veering off the trend. You know, I expect the trend to be pretty constant over time. But who knows? Maybe it's just trading card games are a part of culture now, and it's going to be a big deal for years and years to come. Relatively, though, it does seem like One Piece is going to gain some share. Anyways, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for joining, Lucas. If you're a new viewer to the stream, make sure you rate, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, thanks for joining. We'll see you in the next one.